Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're talking about Pauley Perrette, the actress who made Abby Ciuto on NCIS into a cultural icon and who has recently shown the world a side of herself that's honest, brave, and unforgettable. If you think you know Pauley from her goth chic lab coat and infectious energy, get ready, because her real-life story shows how being visible and vulnerable can actually change lives. Pauley started out with a spark that made her characters unforgettable. Abby was smart, funny, and a little bit offbeat, the kind of person you wanted on your team when the stakes were high. But off-screen, Pauley has always been more than that role. She's a singer and activist, and someone who uses her platform to speak up for justice, for refugees, and for victims who need a voice. That commitment to helping others is part of what makes her story so powerful. Recently, Pauley began sharing something many celebrities keep private: the real aftermath of a serious accident and the health struggles that followed. She didn't sugarcoat it. She posted about pain, about difficult medical care, and about the emotional toll those experiences took. That kind of honesty is rare and, frankly, really important.
Why?
Because we tend to think that people we admire have it all together. When someone like Pauley says, "This was hard," it gives everyone else permission to say the same. There's a huge difference between a staged apology or a PR statement and someone actually laying out their truth. Pauley did the latter. She talked about her physical recovery, the therapies, the setbacks, the good days, and the bad ones. She talked about the emotional weight of surviving a trauma and how that changes your view of the world. And most importantly, she talked about asking for help. That message matters. It makes a real crack in the stigma around mental health and recovery. Beyond the pain, Pauley's courage brought another theme front and center: kindness. She's consistently used her voice for others, whether drawing attention to humanitarian causes, supporting survivors, or calling out injustices. After going through trauma herself, she doubled down on that kindness. She reminded fans that compassion isn't weakness, it's often the strongest thing we have. When you see someone you admire use pain to push for change, you start to understand how one person's honesty can ripple outward. Pauley's story also teaches a practical lesson: that healing is not a straight line. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Sometimes you learn things about your body and mind you didn't expect. Pauley's posts walked people through that zigzag: the confusing appointments, the small victories, the days that felt impossible. By sharing that messy truth, she made recovery less lonely for her followers. People wrote back, telling her their own stories, and in that exchange, community formed. There's another piece I want to highlight: identity. Pauley has always been unapologetically herself: tattoos, humor, boldness. But after her accident, she seemed to step into a deeper, quieter kind of strength. She's not defined by the roles she's played or by a single headline. She's an activist, a creative, a friend, and someone who keeps showing up. That resilience doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like posting a candid update, or making a quiet donation, or speaking up for someone who can't. So, why does this matter beyond Pauley's fans? Because when public figures talk openly about struggle, it changes social permission. It tells teenagers that pain can be discussed. It tells adults that seeking help is okay. It tells communities that kindness and activism are powerful responses to hurt. Pauley didn't just show us a celebrity at a low point. She showed us a human being who used the low point to remind others they're not alone. If there's one takeaway from Pauley Perrette's recent honesty, it's this: vulnerability is strength, and action paired with empathy can heal more than sympathy ever will. If you're going through something hard, you don't have to hide. Talk to someone you trust. Ask for help. And if you're in a place to help others, show that kindness. Even small gestures matter. All right, that's our look at Pauley Perrette's brave and very human story. What do you think about celebrities using their platforms to share personal struggles? Has someone's honesty helped you in a hard time? Drop your thoughts below. We read every comment. If you found this video meaningful, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear they're not alone. Thanks for watching. See you next time.